We just hit a record high. We're used to seeing about 2 to 3 months of Toronto condo inventory, but there's a full year of inventory available in today's market. At the current rate condos are being sold, it would take an entire year to sell through all of the condos currently available. If the same number of condos continues to sell each month as it has been recently, it would take 12 months to sell all the listings available right now. Less than 6 months of inventory is a seller's market due to high demand and low supply. 6 months of inventory is a balanced market, but in today's market with more than 6 months of inventory available, it is a condo buyer's market. There's more supply and less competition. There's an explanation on how we got to this point. Developers were building based on what condo investors wanted. This is also why we have so many micro condo units being built that are for sale right now. These are the smallest condo units you'll find. They have less than 500 square feet of total living space. They have a kitchen, a bathroom, and maybe a bedroom or at least a place to put a bed. You can see in these ones that the living room is also the bedroom. Sofa beds are popular options for smaller living spaces. One piece of furniture that acts as your sofa and also doubles as a bed. Micro condo unit owners and renters find these useful because of the limited space that they're living in. Micro condo units were popular options that usually sold out in seconds during pre-construction sales. There's two reasons why: the lower price tag and lower maintenance fees. Two key metrics that investors consider. Micro units are part of the reason why there's an oversupply of condo inventory in Toronto that's currently sitting at 1 year's worth of condo supply available. Condo sales have fallen by 37.8% since 2022. The slowdown left these units empty and in some cases has left buyers to abandon their deposits. We're talking about $100,000 lost in many cases. And for a lot of these cases, developers will be chasing them down. But why would buyers risk being sued by condo developers instead of closing and taking possession? The problem lies within the closing costs. Land transfer taxes alone can be another $10,000, depending on the purchase price. If buyers have another 5% deposit to put down, that could be another $22,000, let's say. Add in development charges and total closing costs, and all of this could be around $35,000. Paying another $35 grand to avoid losing $100,000 sounds like a good idea. But here's the problem and the reason why people are selling condos at a loss in today's Toronto condo market. The cost of a mortgage is almost 50% higher than what it was originally anticipated, meaning that if the mortgage payment was originally thought to be around $1,300 a month, it's now going to be $2,000 a month. That doesn't even include condo fees of around $500 per month. It doesn't include property taxes and utilities either. The owner could look at renting out the unit to recover some of these costs. In today's market, the rent for a 1-bedroom condo unit in Toronto is about $2,400 a month. So after spending about $100 grand in deposits, which is about 20%, about 20 grand in closing costs, which could include land transfer taxes and development charges, plus paying about $2,700 per month, which is their mortgage, property taxes, and condo fees, the owner would be losing $400 a month just to keep this condo. That's a capital loss of almost $5,000 every year to keep an asset with a market value that's been going down every day for the last 3 years. There are more than 600 micro condo units for sale in Toronto right now. About half of them don't even have a bedroom, and only 25% of them include a parking spot. These micro condo units are taking about 1.5 to 2 months to sell and represent about a tenth of the total condo inventory that's for sale in Toronto. There are 6,300 active condo listings on the market. Many of them have been sitting on the market for more than a month and can't be sold. 1-bedroom condos represent roughly half of the condos available for sale in Toronto, most of which are located in downtown Toronto, which means that if you're in the market for a downtown Toronto condo, you're going to get a deal. Just think about it for a second. If you're shopping for a 1-bedroom condo and you're looking in the most dense part of the city, which also has the most 1-bedroom condos for sale in the city, sellers are competing against a bunch of other units for sale, and you as a buyer would have all the leverage to get the best deal. Condo prices are down 6.8% compared to a year ago. TD is forecasting a 15 to 20% price drop from the peak, and Toronto condo inventory is at a record high, which is creating a condo buyer's market. So why isn't anyone buying if prices are low and there's a ton of inventory? Uncertainty about the real estate market, as in we don't know what's going on with the real estate market, due to Trump's tariffs and the bank's key interest rate, and the overall Canadian economy is keeping buyers and sellers on the sidelines. In this sort of real estate market, prices are down and people are fearful that prices are going to come down even more. And truthfully, they still could. There are forecasts suggesting Toronto condo prices won't bounce back for another 2 years. Here's what the Toronto condo market could look like over the next 2 years. Condo inventory goes back down to the 2 to 3 months of supply, down from the existing 1 year of condo inventory available in today's market. Condo buyers come back when mortgage rates go back down, which has already been happening ever since June last year. Buyers are motivated when mortgage rates are about 3%. They're currently in the 4.5% to 5% range. When mortgage rates go back down to 2%, which I hope they don't, that's when condo prices and the overall real estate market becomes a seller's market with rising home prices. It isn't really a matter of will we go back to a seller's market, it's more of a question of when will we go back to a seller's market. It'll happen, and just don't be surprised when it does. The market cycle that we're in right now is the first buyer's market we've truly seen in the last 10 years, and most people don't know what to do. Buyers aren't sure how to react because falling home prices means the first home they could buy could fall in value, which no one wants to see. Sellers don't want to get into the market because it's not a seller's market. This is the first time in 10 years where first-time home buyers might actually have their chance at taking advantage of lower prices that for once aren't on the rise. Some eager and able buyers can take advantage of more affordable prices, especially with government incentives and expected rate cuts from the Bank of Canada that will help bring down the borrowing costs. And by the way, if you made it this far into the video, my name is Fred Tam. I'm a real estate broker in Toronto. If you gain value from this video, subscribe and share with someone who you think might also benefit from watching. New videos are always coming out here on YouTube, so subscribe to stay updated for market updates and the best tips to help you reach your real estate goals. If the information you're looking for is more specific, use the link in the video description to book a meeting with me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.